PeeWee, do you have anything to say? That's when you do the voice. Again, PeeWee, do you have anything to say?
That's the voice, right?
Improv is not your strong point.
Not right now. I'm hot.
Not right now.
And
Bothered?
I need shapewear.
No, you look great. I think you look great. Okay, so
Chalice gets nervous if I talk about
bodies?
shapewear.
I don't get nervous. I get
Pissed?
What?
I said that word and I'm not supposed to.
Oh, I thought I had something on my face. Do I put something
Okay.
on my face?
Stop it. I'm trying hard as we've made progress.
Stop yelling.
As we've made progress in doing our podcast, we've done a better and better job of not having to take a lot of time to edit it.
Well, we're not editing that out.
Because
you set me up for a joke.
I know. And how many times has it been my fault that something is said that shouldn't have been said?
What do you? I don't know why there are laws against what I am allowed to say and not say.
Okay, because we're in this together. We're a partnership. And I'm the mother.
And who are you? Are you shy? If you're listening to this, there's a tiny PeeWee Herman sitting behind us. And I'll explain no further.
Okay, we've lost any new we've lost any new people that may be tuning in because they've decided that they
if there are new
like me
people
on
here,
TikTok.
then
Did I say tip talk?
Today someone recognized her and said, "Oh, are you from TikTok?" That's the exact question.
No, it was. Are you from Instagram?
Oh, okay, sorry.
If you're gonna be exact, be exact.
Hey, are you from Instagram? And all my mom says is, "Yes, thank you." I didn't compliment you. Yes, thank you.
It's called anticipating.
Thank you. I am
The
from
next
Instagram.
comment.
Thank you. Yes. She also thought that like he was lingering to chat with her, but really he was just waiting to check out at the register. But
Yeah, I got a little confused about that. Very nice guy.
yeah, shout out. To
And
the guy
he said he was going to maybe check out our pod. So
Uh-oh. Well, shout out.
yeah, shouting out. It's a weird experience to get recognized. We don't have to talk about it any further, but it's just a really weird experience. And it's also, well, I said we don't have to talk about it any further.
You
but
know who could really talk about that and explain a little further?
any celebrity. The little guy in the back. I'm going to call him the little guy in the back.
Okay. You do you. All right. So anyways, I'm obsessed with her saying thank you as a response to, are you from Instagram? Thank you. Yes. And also anticipating that they're going to say something nice. They could have been like, I absolutely hate you. And everything you
I was
do.
going to say, I wish that would happen. I don't really mean that, but
For the plot.
for the plot.
Yeah.
And furthermore, it's very hard to hurt my feelings. So I think I would just be like,
She says that, but I
think I'd just be like, I think I'd be laughing and saying, I agree.
I'm sure there are people saying that, just
Yeah.
not.
True.
To
I'm
us.
not trying to encourage anybody to put
If you see
bad
my
words
if you see
in-
my mom in public, tell her you hate her content. I'm pretty sure
And
that's
believe
what
me,
she said.
if somebody did that, I would have texted several friends within about 2 minutes laughing.
Okay, well, anyways, welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah.
So you never let me actually ask my question that I had about our
sorry.
podcast, about logistics.
Logistics.
And
okay.
I guess maybe the people should weigh in on this.
The people do not follow our lead and weigh in.
Well, maybe they will now.
Right? Little guy behind us.
See? Even PeeWee won't weigh in. The little guy behind us has nothing to say. Nothing good to say. I think he would say, I hate your content if he ran into you.
Yeah.
In public. Anyways, can I get to my question yet?
Yes. Yes, Hillary?
So this will be our 10th episode of the season. Why'd you wink at me?
Trying to see if you can keep a straight face in the midst of a challenging situation.
What's the challenging situation being with you?
Being recorded and being with me. It's a doubly recorded situation. What the heck's the question?
It's a doubly recorded
What the heck
situation. No. We're not blazing over what you just mumbled out here. You have lipstick on your teeth. No, you still got lipstick on your teeth. Show the little guy behind us.
This. There's a little guy behind us. I know it.
Okay. Now that we've introduced the little guy behind us. Whoa. Okay, this is our 10th episode of our season. Are we ending it here? I don't think we will.
I don't. We have so much material. Believe it or not, even though we're being really foolish right now, we have got so much serious material.
Serious?
Very serious.
What are you talking?
I'm talking about serious material.
No one's listening to this for fun for serious material.
No, but I mean serious, like in meaty, weighty material.
I don't eat meat anymore.
It's like, okay, well, I don't know how that connects to my comment or content. Maybe it had something to do with my making all those American chop sueys, but
not good.
No, I'm sorry. And tuna fish casserole.
Ew, you made that? I feel like I didn't eat that.
No, probably not.
No. Actually,
anyway, let's get to it here. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I blame PeeWee. I blame the little
guy behind us.
guy behind us.
Okay, I want to read something from my diary to start out.
Wait, I still haven't asked. Oh no, I did ask my question, but are we continuing? So I just don't want people to be listening and be like, "Oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna miss them so much." Or is this the last episode of the season? Because I think maybe we made a mistake in making these seasons, and we should just keep going and do it whenever we want.
Yeah, we can. The thing is, we think we have an invisible deadline or
Manager.
a boss. We get all nervous.
We're our own bosses.
I mean, if you knew the behind the scenes, it can be pretty tricky.
Our bosses are a real piece of work.
It's scary.
It's
though.
us. We're the
she
bosses.
Tries to upload it on. But it used to be Thursdays, but now it's Fridays.
It didn't used to be Thursdays. It used to be Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. But my heart would get pounding because I had to write the description.
You are.
I am
she isn't
terrible.
Oh, sorry. I just accidentally hit her boob if you're listening. And not watching. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, she's an amazing writer. You're one of my favorite writers. However, the descriptions, awful.
She's sentences.
So bad at
I am. I don't know what it is. I think it's because we usually try to write it right afterwards or not. But either
Anyone
way.
you've ever given an F to is probably like, yeah. These are terrible.
I do. I would say that they're probably on the average like a C- description. Yes.
Yeah, they're actually.
But I don't think anybody reads the descriptions of the podcast unless they're new.
And they're going to be like, "What is this about?" And then they immediately turn away because they're like,
"Well, can't say I didn't warn them."
Yes, you can. We could put a disclaimer before the description that says warning description not written well.
That's the title.
Warning, we have a hard time writing the description.
Are we ready?
Or I might write, warning, my mom wrote this. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the warning. Okay. Are we ready? We've been... Yep.
Are you ready for me to read
Been here
this?
the whole time.
I've been dying to tell you this story. I hope I haven't told you the story before.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to read it. Now, this is from November 8th, 1978
Okay.
at 7:10 p.m. I don't know if I've told you or noted that I always wrote the time down, too.
I feel like you have noted that before, but
17, and that's why there
kind of appreciate
so
that.
many of my entries are unhinged because they were written at 2 in the morning and I'd just gotten in from a date.
I mean, when else are you going to write in your diary?
True.
Truly?
Got to write right away.
Yeah.
Don't want to lose any details.
Yeah.
So, this is how this one goes. Ready for my dumb incident of the week?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Last night, there was an extremely good-looking guy at Peter's house. Peter was having a party, and there were about 20 people there.
Peter was having a party.
Gorgeous eyes, early 30s, beard,
Oh, you're describing my type.
mustache,
Beard, comma, mustache.
Yeah.
Okay.
smoking a pipe.
Wasn't a...
This is I'm reading this deliberately, word for word.
Was it
from here.
Sherlock Holmes? Mystery solved.
It's not. It's a better ending. No, it's not. This has a good ending. I felt an instant attraction to him. Instant. Ah.
I hope you didn't do that to show him.
I think this is the same party where I fell off the hassock onto my boss's lap, if I recall.
Now, a hassock is... Just kidding. Throwback.
All right. I felt an instant attraction to him. Introduced myself, and we spoke briefly.
Oh.
I asked him how he knew the host, Peter, and his reply was Holy Cross, which is a church.
College. Oh,
Church.
college also.
So I figured he was a fellow parishioner.
Okay.
You don't know what that
Hot.
means?
What is a parishioner? I actually don't.
It's a person that goes to church at a particular church.
That's like the person going to church has a name? Ew.
You ever heard of a church
Christians
parish?
are so annoying.
Have you ever heard of a church parish?
Yeah, I guess so. A parishioner, I get it.
All right. Man, you're getting in the way of my story with your inability to understand. Okay. So I figured he was a fellow parishioner. Meaning I figured he went to church with Peter.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Later,
Yeah.
Pam and I and the handsome guy were standing in the kitchen. Wanting to focus on Mr. Sexy,
You can't call a fellow parishioner a Mr. Sexy.
I did to myself. I leaned over and said, "So what do you do? Are you a teacher?" He fingered his collar and said,
He what?
He fingered his collar and said, "I'm a priest."
Have you watched Fleabag?
Yeah.
That kind of made me into priests.
I cracked up. I said, "What?
You were trying to flirt with a priest.
Stupid L strikes again."
Stupid L.
Yeah, that'd be me. I wasn't that embarrassed. Go figure. Just felt foolish about not noticing the collar. I mean, I'd been at the party for a couple hours.
You just thought it was like a fashion statement?
Yeah.
You were like, wow, damn, that collar's hot.
Pam really thought it was funny. All I could think was, what a waste for that sexy man to be celibate.
Wow. You got to rewatch Fleabag.
Yeah.
You watched it, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it now. Anyway, the idea that I am at a small party with a guy who's wearing a priest collar.
You think it was a costume party?
I don't know what I thought because I was
Okay,
just
where?
looking. And that
Now all I'm picturing is Sherlock Holmes
as a priest.
as a priest.
Yeah. That I don't even.
But he's not
have a
actually a
clue.
priest. He's just there to solve a mystery. He's
No,
just
this guy was actually a priest.
maybe it was Sherlock Holmes trying to solve a mystery.
Well, the mystery of what the hell was wrong with me.
Yeah.
Hell.
He's still old. Okay.
All right. So that's my oblivious type of story, and we've had several oblivious stories.
Well, I've learned my word of the day.
Parishioner.
Parishioner.
You should add a hint because when a word ends in er, what does that tell you?
It's
Er. Was a TV show.
ear.
E-R.
Are you a parishioner?
Er. It means one who.
Okay.
So one who goes to parish.
Thank you. To perish? I'm about to perish after this episode. Damn. I wish I had a religious story to bring back to you, except for the only religious thing I can think of right now is when I drew you on that pamphlet.
Oh, I know, and we
We got to make T-shirts out of that.
do, and I don't have it with me to show.
I think I have a picture of it. Well, I might have already posted it on the Instagram at some point.
Not sure.
I think I did before you were anything. But
She drew a picture of me.
young teach.
She drew a picture of me with devil horns on my head
And it said
on the front of the church bulletin.
devil, and then it said mom in the morning. Still true. I stand by that.
Yeah. So
I drew that in church too. That explains a lot
That's
of my
blasphemous.
bad luck. That explains a lot of my bad luck.
Yeah. Yeah. That was bad.
Yeah, it was not good. Not good at all.
So I was at Ken's place in Scarborough, Maine, having fried clams or ordering fried clams.
A classic choice.
Yes, but I just realized I lied because I had a hot dog. But anyway,
Wait, you had a hot dog when I was with you, and
and there too. Or therefore. Or art thou.
art thou hot dog? 2.
So I had just gotten there, and I'd had an accident before I got there. Not a car accident.
But like you poo-poo your pants?
No. I spilled a classic big cup of coffee.
A classic big cup of coffee. Iced or hot?
Iced.
Okay, that matters.
Mocha.
Oh, chocolate? Where'd you spill it?
Well, in my vehicle. And I sat in it.
Why? On purpose?
I was oblivious. Anyway.
That belongs in
So-
the Oblivious episode.
Yes. So I was coming out. I was very self-conscious of these brown spots on my white pants.
Okay, I will say I was sent a picture of this. Thanks, Andy. And no context, no anything. And it was a picture of you from behind at Ken's place.
Yeah. So
Or picking up your hot dog.
The story is
Big
true.
brown stain. And then I had to ask, is that coffee? Question mark. Just to be sure, because I didn't know what I was being sent.
I was not feeling very self-confident when I'm in Ken's, which is usually mobbed, when all of a sudden this man came up to me.
It's always a man.
It's always a man.
Yep.
Came up to me, got pretty close to me. And he was probably about 85. So
A geezer.
I actually dated someone who was 15 years older than me once. So my go-to thought was, did this guy recognize me? Did I date this guy?
That's what you thought?
For a second.
There are layers to that.
For a second. He goes, can I ask you a question?
Did we ever date?
I thought it might be his next question.
was that? Did you?
You know how your brain works and my brain similarly. Like, I'm already jumping ahead 5 minutes all the time.
That is such a good way to point it. Point it? Say it? That's such a good way to point it.
To explain it.
Oh my God. I'm scared.
To explain it.
Okay.
So,
Get off me.
he said, don't you want to know what he wanted to know?
Yeah, I do.
It had nothing to do with the back of my pants.
What?
Thank God.
I thought that's where this was going.
No. You think he's come up and
he's like,
gonna come up and go,
ma'am, you have poo-poo on your pants.
No, that's not what happened.
You got poo-poo on your pants.
Stop,
ma'am.
Stop it.
Sometimes she looks at me with the most disappointment.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Seeping through your veins. What? Why did it do that?
It just gave us a thumbs down.
Okay, we already know that this is how this is going.
Yeah. So he goes, he's pretty close to my face, as I said.
Like how close? Like whisper. Oh, because he can't hear.
He can't hear.
He assumes you can't hear. Either.
Yeah. And then I have a problem with my pants. He knew that already. So he goes, can I ask you a question? Which is always like the most ridiculous question to ask.
Like you've
did? Already asked a question.
Did you say that to him?
Get to the point, mister.
She is
Don't
queen.
waste words.
Do not dilly-dally. She wants you to get to the point.
Yeah, get to the point.
Wasted words is a term she says to me a lot.
And then he said, how do you... No, before he asked the question, he made a statement. My wife...
Speaking of get to the point... My wife wants to know where your pants are from. Do they come pre-stained?
My wife is getting to the point.
My mom's not.
My wife is getting to the point.
What?
Where she needs a cane. Do you like that cane? And he points to my 4-prong cane.
Do you like it?
So
you give him a good review?
Instead of saying yes or no, I feel I have to give a long explanation.
Classic.
And I'm like, yes, I really like it. You know, if you have a single cane, you can't really stand it up in the bathroom. But if you've got the 4-prong cane, it doesn't fall over. Well, that is unless you trip over it. And there is a problem. Sometimes I get my left foot stuck in one of the prongs and almost fall over. He's just looking at me. And all of a sudden his son, who was probably a little younger than me, comes up and is basically, Dad, our orders.
Well, you got a good review.
I gave him a review on my cane.
I love it.
So,
I wonder if he's going to buy that cane.
I don't know, but I should get a commission.
You should. If any cane companies want to sponsor us, but it has to be 4-prong.
It has to be 4-prong.
She's a 4-prong girl.
Once I drop
she's
the
a 4-prong
cane,
girl.
Raising Cane is hard for me.
Raising Cane, great name of a TV show.
Not to mention a Bible story.
It is.
Cain and Abel.
Did you raise me? I don't know church thing.
Cain and Abel is about
I was drawing the devil in church.
Yeah. Cain and Abel is about. It's an infamous story. One of the brothers kills the other.
Okay, you've piqued my interest.
Yeah.
I might be reading that a little later.
Hallelujah.
All right.
Okay.
I don't believe in God, but I just wanted to verify that. I think we actually probably knew that when I didn't know what a parishioner was.
I'm just adding that to your dictionary.
Yeah, she's going to write a dictionary for me.
The other word the other day you meant to say exacerbated, but you said
I thought you'd forget that.
exasperated.
Yeah, I thought you'd forget that.
No, I got it right here.
The things that you choose to retain and the things that you choose to forget,
Well, when it comes to words and that kind of stuff, I'm hanging on. Like when people misuse words.
Okay, yeah, thanks for clarifying, because I think most things are spoken in word form. Unless you're my dog.
Okay. So you were coming home the other night. You're a Maina, and you were coming home the other night from a drive from Bethel.
Yeah, last night.
And you gave me a very interesting list of animals that you came across.
I also want to say that I did so very casually, and then when I said it out loud to you, I was like, damn, that was a lot of animals.
Yeah,
so
this is
I
what,
had an
if you don't live in Maine, this is what you have to be fearful of. Go for it.
Okay, yes.
Hillary driving at night.
That might be true. But I went to shoot an engagement shoot about an hour away from camp. So I'm driving home, and the drive is beautiful. You just go like all back roads, which I will say on the way there, absolutely gorgeous because I went in the afternoon, or late afternoon. So pretty. Driving at night, a little less cute and funny because sometimes I worry that I'm going to go off the road and then I'd have to go knock, knock, knock. And then some big man with a gun will be like, what are you doing on my property?
That was a good imitation.
Or he'll be like, I have candy inside. And I'd fall for it. And I'd go. And he'd never see me again.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways.
My little Gretel.
My little Hansel. And my little guy. Okay. Anyways. So, yeah, on my drive home, I saw, I think, 4 deer, 2 bobcat, 3 raccoons, a house cat,
The house cat one makes
a
me
frog.
laugh.
Dodged it. That's it.
And then didn't you tell me a
Oh,
story?
yeah. Well, then also yesterday. This all happened yesterday.
Yeah.
What is this, Noah's Ark? Oh, I know Noah's Ark.
Another story from the Bible.
I know that one,
folks.
I like that one because it has animals. 2 of each. I do know that fact, too.
Yeah.
2 of each.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think we would have been put on Noah's Ark
Together?
together?
No, they would have thrown us overboard on hour 1.
Yeah, you got a point. It must have been so stinky on there.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Oh, so I'm driving out of my driveway, and I take there's like a sharp turn, and I see all these turkeys, and I was like, gobble, gobble, slam on my brakes, let them pass. And the turkeys slowly pass, dee-dee-dee, then baby turkeys. It was very cute. Probably like 15 of them following in tow. And then it looked like, from my perspective, that all the turkeys hath crossed the road. However, I saw 3 little lingering babies. They were slow. They're figuring it out. So I had to wait. Obviously, I didn't want to risk it because they don't know better and they could just run in front of my car. Then a car comes flying around the corner, speeding on my street. And I said, stop. Like that. If you're watching, stop. And the guy went, like, if you're listening to this, he was like, I'm not going to stop. And then he almost hit 3 baby turkeys.
Did he
almost
hit?
hit 3 baby turkeys.
Did
He just sped right by. He was like, what are you, crazy lady? And I will say, if he didn't see the turkeys, he might have thought I was a crazy lady.
Well, that's a good point.
But
Now,
there's
always
no way
give
he
him a
didn't.
benefit of the doubt.
No, not this guy, because there's no way. Why would I just be stopped there? I'm like, and then I also saw recently something very sad that I don't want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Because it's too sad, but I saw a way someone handled a deceased animal on the side of the road.
Yeah,
and
that's sad. That was a sad story.
all I'll say is bare hands, and it literally was the final straw for me to become a vegetarian. That's not even a joke. That's just I've been grappling with this for a long time, and the animals were calling to me. I literally decided this 2 days ago that like I'm officially no longer consuming meat. And then I saw all these animals. They were thanking me.
They were. That's why they were all coming after you.
Maybe I'm Noah. You can come too, little guy.
Did Noah have a wife? Or a partner?
Good save.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I feel like maybe Noah would.
No,
have a husband.
Noah, we're not talking about this. Noah. I'm just saying. I'm trying to remember in the story.
I don't know anything about Noah, just about his ark. I'm not sure I learned anything about the guy.
It sounds like a greeting card.
For what? Congratulations on your new boat. But you're giving the card to the boat because we're not even talking about the person? Congrats on being a boat.
What was the saying again? I what?
What?
What did we say about Noah?
Little guy. No little guy answer. This is going to be a chaotic episode to be listening to because
sorry.
We do.
You might want to drop out by now.
No, don't drop out. The best is yet to come. But I will say that we do keep silently interviewing PeeWee Herman, who's sitting behind us. And PeeWee Herman is about the size of a loaf of bread, would you say? A Wonder Bread loaf?
Yep.
So, just if you need the visual and if you hear us go silent and say, how about this little guy? And no one speaks, it's because we have a microphone in front of a tiny PeeWee Herman. And he's my pride and joy. He's my son. My mom wanted grandkids, and I said, "How do you do?"
Oh, I like the record to reflect that I found him first today.
You did, and also like kind of fucked up.
What?
Sorry, kind of messed up. He was just hanging on a hook. Like, for context, I found him at a vintage store today, and I did stop there yesterday, and Panic tried to get in because their hours, to be fair, say Wednesday sometimes. So all the lights were on. And out front was this 1960s hammock that was bright orange with this very beautiful fringe.
This close to the ground. You put somebody's rear end in there?
No,
it's going to be this close to the ground.
I tested the weight.
Yeah, you did, but how is pressing your hand in there
here's
simulating
I got
the weight
fearful.
of your body?
I got fearful. That's the thing. I got fearful.
You did believe me.
No, I didn't necessarily believe you, but I wanted to test it. But then I had this feeling that I would break it, and then I'd have to buy it. And then I just have a broken hammock that I bought.
That would have been hilarious because, as it turned out, it was way too expensive, and we didn't buy it.
Yeah, it was $200, which seemed. I mean, it is from the '60s, and it's in great condition.
And it does have two different colored haddock.
It has its own haddock. The fish? It comes with a haddock dinner.
Two different colors.
It did have two different colors. Yeah, two different bases. So you're getting two hammocks in one, but I didn't really understand that. Why would you want that?
Oh, I understood it.
But like what?
Since when do I understand an aesthetic and you don't? Well, I'm making progress.
I just don't understand buying something because you love the color of it to add it to your kind of vibe and then being like,
yeah, but that other color was cool.
It was fine. It was like a
teal.
I don't really like teal, I guess.
I'm into a teal.
You don't like orange.
Ooh, orange. When I was pregnant, seeing orange made me want to throw up.
With who? Me?
Hate to tell you. Yes.
That's why I love it so much.
I've told you this before, right?
Yeah, and you also told me that this is something I learned from you. I can't remember if we've already talked about it on the pod, but I took the bus to my mom's, and the bus meaning like Concord Trailways from Portland to Bangor one time, and I was like, Mom, they had one of my favorite movies on the bus playing, Roger Rabbit.
Oh.
And she was like, oh, it makes me want to puke. And I was like, what? She's like, that makes me sick. And I'm like, the movie is a little odd, but I'm not sure it would make anyone want to puke. And then she said,
when I was pregnant with you, I had morning sickness bad for 3 months. And I associated it in my brain with Who Framed Roger Rabbit because your brother was watching it over and over and over again. And I was throwing up over and over and over again.
I think about that movie a lot, like more than a normal person should, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I have this weird connection to that movie, because Ryan just kept watching it.
That's so funny.
I heard it in the womb.
Probably, yeah, you heard it.
But you know what? I think about this one scene in particular because we sell this pair of shoes at my job that look like this cartoon shoe from the movie. And the bad guys have this vat of poison. And they slowly put the cartoon shoe in it and kill it.
Kill the shoe?
Yes, and the shoe has like a little baby voice and it's like, no!
This is in that Who Framed Roger
Yes,
Rabbit?
it's terrifying. They killed the baby shoe, and I think about it every time I see these shoes at my job. I go,
God,
and then I'm like,
talk about this at your next therapy session.
and then sometimes I point at it and say, "Hey, have you guys seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit?" And then I make everyone listen to about how that shoe
relates to you.
Was dissolved in the bin of nuclear waste.
Sorry.
That movie is actually terrifying.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But
it made me sick.
Jessica Rabbit. I think that was my bisexual awakening.
Oh, God. I have no words.
She's hot.
That whole movie. You know what else related to that orange color?
I won't even respond to me. Yes, go on.
When right around that, after you were born, I was talking about, maybe it wasn't after you were born, but anyway, I was at a dinner with some people I'd never met at their house. I was talking about how much
How'd you get there?
I'll explain that later. Okay. I was talking about how I just despise the color orange. I don't know that I went on and on about it, but you know me.
You definitely went on and on about it.
I got up to help her take the dishes out to the kitchen.
Oh, I'm stuck.
The entire kitchen was bright orange.
That is just
typical.
That's a classic.
Typical.
You would think lessons would have been learned.
Lessons have never been learned.
No. Nope, not a single lesson has been learned.
That's like that time there was this man up here at camp.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
He was an elderly man. And
did you know him?
I didn't know him. I didn't date him. I had just met him.
Why was he here?
Believe it or not, for my birthday.
What?
My brother brought him. He was a friend of my brother's, but he was a lot older. And he seemed like a friendly, nice guy, and I'm just like a friendly, nice woman. And of course, it was my birthday party.
Yeah.
Cookout. It was informal, but there were quite a few people here, 20 people or so, including you and your friend.
Yep. Now I'm remembering where this is going.
And anyway, this man who I just met had dyed his hair purple, or so I thought. So I talked to him for a few minutes, and then, as I'm wont to do, I said, "What's the deal with your hair?"
You can't say that. First of all, even if
sure he had dyed his hair with sworn on it.
Even
and
if
I thought he was just trying to get attention.
Not everyone's you.
What's the deal with your hair?
Wait, but let's back up, because I think even if your hair looks amazing and you did dye it and it's so intentional and it looks great, don't ever say, "What's the deal with?" That is not a way to start a compliment.
What is wrong with me?
Do you have time?
I'll tell you what's wrong with me.
Yeah, please indulge me.
No filter.
Listen, I don't think I can ever forgive you for giving me that.
I gave you that trait.
No, because the amount of interactions I leave where I have overshared and walked away and been like, well, that person's never going to talk to me again. And sometimes
It's true.
Sometimes that's
First impressions. What do they say?
true.
People have a first impression of you within like 3 seconds.
Yeah, and that's
Not just of
terrifying
you,
thought.
but
no, yeah.
like.
That's why they say it a lot when you go for like job interviews
Right.
or whatever.
So yeah, I know.
So we try to pack it all in those 3 seconds. I cannot stand that about myself,
Yeah,
and I can't change it. And
you can change it.
I can't. I've tried. I mean,
No, I say that. I say that kind of jokingly, but it's hard to change. It's like taking a breath or biting your tongue or shut up in your head.
Oh, I'm constantly saying, "Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say
Yep.
that. Don't say that," and then I say it. And then I
Right.
say it. It's like I'm defying myself.
Yeah,
Is that an ADHD thing?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
But I'll
Just
tell you,
being
you meet me, we talk. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you all the bad things she's done to me. I will. So you can tell
That'll
her
be a short
when you
conversation.
see her in public, tell her how much you hate her content, and I'll tell you all the bad things she's done to me. It
and
would
there
be
we go.
very short. It would be
It'll
very
work
short.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that recently to someone that I hadn't seen in a long time, and just kind of like, I got too comfortable. Like I fell back into that comfort zone and said,
Way too
we are
much.
catching up over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I walked away from that and I said, uh-oh. They are going to regret that. They are going to regret ever reconnecting. And they may have.
Oh, I get it totally, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought of a funny story that I could tell, but or I can't tell.
Yeah.
That happened to me recently. But but then I will say that you and I are queens of being like, can you believe so and so said that to me?
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
yes, I can.
Yes, because we
Because
would have done the
also-
same thing.
But also, like, our personalities open the door for people to just say
Right.
whatever back at us, and like, I do love it. I do. Don't get me wrong. I guess I'd prefer that than the opposite, which is where people wouldn't talk to me at all.
Right. Or wouldn't trust you or me, because of what comes out of our mouths.
Well, don't you feel like you're telling like the craziest story you've ever told, but it's true, and then people are like,
Yeah. Or I think sometimes that people
think
don't believe me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
crazy lady.
I used to.
Whatever you say, lady.
I taught middle school for 44 years, and you really handling middle school is just a challenge, and nearly every day, some middle school kids somewhere at some time was like confessing, telling a story.
This makes so much sense for our personalities.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Because we are middle school kids.
Right.
I always say
Right.
that. You and I have middle schooler personalities.
But all of a sudden,
Trapped in these.
exactly. And
Old
all of
lady
a
bodies.
sudden, the student, might be telling a story about her parents got home and they went up to the bedroom and didn't or something like that.
Why did you start with that as an
I don't know. I was trying to do an exaggerated example of like,
You're like, too
me
much information.
trying to,
That
like-
is hard to navigate as a teacher.
thank you. That was the word I wanted, was navigate. So, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I don't want to validate that they should be talking about
You don't want to
this.
know more. Honestly, I don't want to know more. If I'm in a
Right.
situation where I'm like
Yeah.
that, I would be like, please don't tell me more.
right.
Because I want to know so bad, but
And then-
don't do it.
Yeah.
Because then
I usually would do at the beginning of the school year. I would usually do things like, you need to be aware of some things that you're saying, and if you say anything to me or tell me or the whole class or anybody that worries me or that I think you're being in
to
harm's
report
way,
it.
I will report it.
Yeah.
And I did. I was faithful about that, of course. But then I would have to do it. It seemed like kids got even more comfortable, not necessarily in my class, but as the years went by, to say things. I mean, when I was a kid in
You
school,
give that energy though.
oh, it's my fault.
But you do give off that energy of like this like sarcastic kind
Right.
of like, because you were funny with them. So I feel like they push the boundaries with you because they're like, what will she actually be okay with? Or
Yeah, they definitely push the boundaries. But it's just some kids, some people are just ready to reveal everything. And I think also with social media, and even we're examples of this because we're out there on social media.
Telling
Most
it-
people,
this is
most
a
people would
tell-all.
not be like that, especially in my generation.
yeah,
But kids are going on whatever platform in middle school anyway. So it's like, well, what's the big deal? I made a TikTok about that or whatever.
Yeah.
So why can't I say it in class?
yeah, those lines are blurred.
Yeah. And so I was constantly having to navigate that. Navigating it means sometimes, could I speak to you in the hall? But most of the time I would say it in front of the whole class. Listen, Jeannie, you need to stop talking about that. And just a reminder.
Yeah, Jeannie, you really need to stop talking about that. That is inappropriate. No, that's an interesting take because I didn't think of it in terms of like a student-teacher relationship.
Yeah.
Because I just want to clarify because I think there are people out there, and this happens to me a lot. I attract random strangers that will start telling me their life story, and like I'm like, whoa, I don't know you. Mine is usually like I'm in like a party setting, or I'm like,
Right.
I get quickly comfortable with the person I'm talking to, and then I walk away from that being like, we just met, or even if we haven't just met, like, you didn't have to go that hard on all your trauma
Right.
to that person, or like say all this stuff to that person. Not even trauma necessarily, just like stupid facts. Leave us some mystery, woman.
Right. Right.
There's no mystery left.
Yeah.
I will never be mysterious. Well, especially not now after this podcast. But I've always I have friends who are just like so calm and cool and collected, and like I can just like. There is this like mystery about them. Dignified, exactly. I don't even know what that means. Just kidding. But I just will never be that.
Which is okay.
Thanks a lot. Because between you and Dad, 2 yappers.
Yeah, true.
2 yappers birth 2 more yappers. And
Yep.
the yaps, generational yaps.
It's true.
Generational
I mean, and I've always
yappers.
been telling stories, and you've inherited that from me.
Yeah, and then Annie and Ozzy, storytellers, my
Yeah.
uncle, my aunt, everyone.
We all like to tell a good story.
Yeah, my cousins, we all do love a story. I
Yeah.
can't think of a single one of us that is not a storyteller in their own way.
Right.
I mean, that's why I do photography. 'Cause
Right.
it's kind of a form of that. But are you wearing my earrings?
I thought you'd never ask.
Did you just do that reveal?
I forgot to reveal it earlier. These are great. They're lightweight.
Okay, she's revealing these to me and saying like, "Wow, these are great lightweight," because she wants me to
keep
give them to her. They do look really good on you.
How do they look, little man? Charming.
Oh no, he said he wasn't sure about them. He wasn't sure how it was accentuating your shirt. We both are wearing purple. Look, we match.
Yeah, I don't think.
And this?
I don't think that. That's a big coincidence. Love is what?
Why don't you?
True
think
is making what? Is this a bad thing? I'm not going to be happy that's on your T-shirt.
no, it's a record for a singer I like.
True.
Shout out Wise Blood.
True is making a comeback.
True love.
Oh, true love.
Is making a comeback. I got it at her tour.
So
on
that's
her tour.
Oh,
At her tour and on her tour. Also, shout out to Dead Gowns on tour right now with the Felice Brothers. She did our intro song, and you should go see her if they're coming to your city.
that's awesome. Is she
Yeah.
going? Is it in the United States or is it all over?
Yes, I believe. Why is Siri listening to me? I believe she is doing East Coast states right now and then going to Canada and maybe the Midwest.
Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, you should go check her out. She's amazing.
I need to see her concert sometime.
Yeah, we should go. Well, we were talking about doing a live podcast one of these days, and maybe she could open for us.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Right? Wouldn't that be fun? All right. I think we've yapped enough.
Yep. Sorry. Not sorry.
No, I kind of like these non-themed episodes. They're more fun.
Well, yeah, but
For someone who hates structure, my mom really wants a structure when it comes to the pod.
yeah. Well, I'm just thinking of the listener, which is what you're supposed to do.
I don't think about you guys at all.
All right. So if any of you have purple hair accidentally, I apologize.
Wasn't it blue?
Yeah. Did I say purple?
Yeah, you've been saying purple this whole time, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
It was
and
blue.
It was blue.
But it looked like
You
it
know
was
how like
dyed.
that's like a thing, like older people's hair
I
turns
did,
blue when they're
obviously
trying.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Is this mine turning blue?
No, but we gotta ask Randy about doing a episode at the hair salon while you're getting your hair done.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Wouldn't that be fun?
It would be.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you, Dead Gowns, for the intro song. Go see Dead Gowns on tour with the Fleece Brothers if you see them in your city. They're cruising around.
Thanks.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry.
And thank you to me for editing. Okay, good.
And I will be writing a bad description.
Yeah, stay tuned for the awful... Oh, say bye, little guy.